Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Sit down, please. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get started. Today, it is September 13th, 2022. It's sunny outside. The remarks from my foreign students spurred me to put things in perspective. The enthusiastic remarks from my teacher spurred me to study harder. Some remarks from my foreign friend spurred me to study English harder. Words have the power to spur me to do something more with passionate, enthusiastic enthusiasm. Words have the power to spur us to do something with more passion, enthusiasm. Words have the power to let us do more efforts, enthusiastically, passionately. Words have the power to spur us to work harder on something. Spur. The TV commercial spurred the customers to buy the goods. The celebrities spurred the customers to buy the goods. The celebrities in the commercial spurred the customers to buy the goods. TV commercials have such a strong power to spur the audiences to buy something or think in favor of something or against something. The generous bonuses will spur its employees to work harder. The generous bonuses or salaries will spur the employees to work harder. Generous bonuses or salaries will spur its employees to work harder. Generous salaries and bonuses will spur employees to work harder. Spur, 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 spur. The dropping Japanese yen will spur foreign companies to buy Japanese goods. The dropping Japanese yen will spur foreign countries to import Japanese goods. Because dropping cheap Japanese yen is advantages for foreign companies to buy Japanese goods. Because they either change money, foreign currency, into Japanese yen, or they pay in foreign currency. The dropping Japanese yen will spur foreign companies to buy Japanese goods. The dropping Japanese yen will spur foreign tourists to buy more Japanese goods. Industrialized countries, developing countries, developed countries, emerging countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries. industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized, industrialized, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized, industrialized, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized, 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 industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, developing countries, developed countries, emerging countries, emerging countries. Industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries. Trade friction often happens between industrialized countries. Trade frictions sometimes happen between industrialized countries, between industrialized countries, industrialized countries. Trade frictions sometimes happen between industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries. Trade frictions sometimes happen between industrialized countries, industrialized, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries, industrialized countries. I forgot to set the timer for my morning alarm, so I couldn't get up on time. I was late for school. So my teacher sounded an alarm bell to me, not to be late for school again. And my teacher told me not to forget to set the timer for my morning alarm. I can hear the bell sounded in front of the church in Christmas. I heard some bells rang in front of the shop. I could hear someone ringing a bell, sounding a bell. I could hear someone sounding a bell. I could hear someone ringing a bell, ringing a bell. Do you like a bell sound? Do you like bell sound? I heard bell ringing, rang, being rang. I heard some bells rang, sounded. I heard the bells. I heard some bells rang. I heard some bells rang. I heard some bells rang. I heard some bells sounded. I heard some bells sounded. I heard some bells sounded. I heard beautiful bells sounded. I heard beautiful bells sounded. The government sounded an alarm bell and advised us not to travel beyond the prefecture for a while, for the time being. The government issued a state of emergency and sounded an alarm bell, sounded an alarm bell. The government issued a state of emergency and sounded an alarm bell. Sound an alarm bell, 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 sound an alarm bell. It is not first time that the government sounded an alarm bell. It's no wonder that the governor sounded the alarm bell. It's no wonder that the governor of the prefecture sounded an alarm bell, 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 sounded an alarm bell. It's no wonder that the governor of the prefecture sounded an alarm bell, sounded an alarm bell, sounded an alarm bell, sounded an alarm bell, sounded an alarm bell. The company noted in the communique that the new console might be delayed due to the delay of importing important goods. The specialist commented in the communique, announced in the communique that the imminent volcanic eruption is not likely to happen. Communique, press release. The company announced in a communique that the new video game will be released as early as December. The company announced in the communique that the new version of the video game will be released as early as December. The company announced in the communique that the new popular video game will come out as early as December. Communique. The company announced in the communique that the desired video game will come out as early as December. Communicate, 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 communicate. The accountant found a series of disparities in the calculations. The employee found a couple of disparities in the calculation. Disparity. The employee found a couple of disparities in the accounting. The accountant found a couple of disparities in the calculation. The accountant found a couple of disparities in the calculation. I found a few disparities in the calculation at the last minute of the examination, so I got panic. I found a couple of disparities in the calculation at the last minute of the examination. Disparity. 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 There are many kinds of disparities out there. There are many kinds of disparities out there. Disparity. 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 The amusement park can be enjoyed beyond intergenerational disparity. The amusement park can be enjoyed by everyone beyond intergenerational disparity. The amusement park can be enjoyed beyond intergenerational disparity. Intergenerational. When I asked my student if they knew about the musicians and answered no, I felt the intergenerational disparity. When I asked my student if he knew the musician and answered no, I felt intergenerational disparity. Intergenerational disparity. When I asked my student if he knew the musician and answered no, I felt intergenerational disparity. Intergenerational disparity. Intergenerational disparity. Intergenerational disparity. Intergenerational disparity. Intergenerational disparity. Intergenerational 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 disparity. There are many kinds of disparities which need fixing. There are many kinds of disparities out there which need fixing. The accountant found a couple of disparities in the calculation. The accountant found a couple of disparities in the calculation. The accountant found a few disparities in the calculation. We should get equal fruits of our efforts. 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 We will get the fruits of our efforts in the course of our lives, but we cannot know when we can get them. We will get the fruits of our efforts in the course of our lives, but we cannot know when we can get them. There is no telling when we can get the fruits of our efforts. There is no knowing when we can get the fruits of our efforts. There is no knowing when we can get the fruits of our efforts. We will get in the course of our lives. We will get the fruits of our efforts in the process of our lives. We will get the fruits of our efforts in the course of our lives, in the process of our lives, in the course of our lives, in the process of our lives. We cannot know when we can get the fruits of our efforts, but we will, and we won't even notice them. When I could understand the native speaker speaking so fast, I felt I could get the fruits of my English studying effort. When I could understand a native speaker speaking so fast, I felt that I could get the fruits of my efforts for English study. I often feel like I'm not getting the fruits of my efforts. I often feel that I'm not getting the fruits of my efforts in proportion to my efforts. My level even I even feel that my level is going down. even with my study. I don't feel I'm getting fruits of my efforts. I even feel that my levels of English is going down sometimes. Thanks to the fruits of the invention from the researcher, the company is thriving. Thanks to the fruits of the invention from the researcher, the company is thriving, flourishing. Some specialists say the importance of fiscal stimulus. Fiscal stimulus. Some experts say emphasize some specialists emphasize the importance of fiscal stimulus. 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 Some experts emphasize the importance of fiscal stimulus. Some experts emphasize the immediate fiscal stimulus. 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 Some experts emphasize its immediate fiscal stimulus. Drastic fiscal stimulus are needed. Drastic, thorough fiscal stimuluses are important. Drastic fiscal stimuluses were issued by the government. Some fiscal stimuluses will be discussed in the Diet House in the ordinary diet session. The Diet members are discussing fiscal stimuluses. Fiscal stimulus. Fiscal stimulus. Fiscal stimulus. Fiscal stimulus. Fiscal stimulus. Stimulus. Stimulate, stimulus, 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 fiscal 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 stimulus. With more mistakes, the faster we can grow, I think. I believe that the more mistakes we make, the faster we can grow. Thanks to the mistakes we make, which are contributing to our fast growth. I believe that the mistakes we make are contributing to our fast growth. The growth of the GDP is plateau. My essay is being corrected by teacher. The wrong calculations will be corrected by my teacher. Many parts of my essay were corrected by my teacher. I was told my doctor to refrain from excessive eating and exercise. Please refrain from excessive exercise and eating. Eating excessive amount of food is no more healthy than sleeping too much is. Eating excessive amount of food is no more healthy than eating too much, sleeping too much is. Having a break is not as important than eating vegetables. Having a break is not as important than having exercise regularly. The agreement for dividing the fixed benefits to all of the citizens has been reached. The agreement for dividing fixed 200,000 yen to all of the citizens was reached. The agreement has not been reached yet. It is predicted that the agreement for dividing fixed 100,000 yen to all of the citizens will be reached today at the Diet House, at the ordinary Diet session. The Diet House is composed of ruling party and the opposition party. The Diet House consists of the House of Representatives and the House of Councillors, upper house and lower house. The agreement has not been reached yet. 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 The agreement has been reached as soon as the proposal. The agreement has been reached and passed into law. I achieved some of my goals last year. I achieved many goals last year. I'd like to achieve more goals this year too. In order to achieve something great, we have to challenge. Without challenging, we cannot achieve. Some people want to feel their sense of achievement. When I passed the examination, I felt the sense of achievement. When I passed the examination, I felt the sense of achievement. When I found my number on the result announcement, I felt the sense of achievement. When I found my number on the result announcement board, I felt the sense of achievement. 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 The key to achieving something is to keep doing until the achievement. Never give up until the achievement. Never give up till the achievement. Never give up till the achievement. Never give up till the achievement. 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 Successful people must have kept doing something until they achieved it. Successful people must have kept going forward until the achievement, till the achievement. Successful people must have kept doing until the achievement, till the achievement. Never give up. Successful people must have kept moving forward until the achievement, till the achievement. My dream looked seemingly not achievable, but I made it. Dreams look not achievable. Dreams look not achievable at first, but they start to become something achievable gradually with our practice and efforts. Achievable, 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 achievable. Achievable, 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 achievable. Do you think entering the university achievable for me? Do you think inventing a flying car achievable? Do you think that inventing flying cars is achievable? I think it's achievable. I think it's achievable. Do you think it will be possible? It will be achievable to time teleport? Do you think it's achievable to time teleport? Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's achievable to go back to the future? Do you think it's possible, achievable to go back to the past with advanced technologies in the future? Do you find it achievable for us to go back to the future or the past with advanced technologies in the future? Do you think it's achievable? Do you think it achievable? Do you find it achievable for us to go back to the future or the past with advanced technologies in the future? Do you think it achievable? Do you think it achievable? Do you find it achievable for us to go back either the future or the past, with the advanced technologies in the future, with the advanced technologies in the future. Achievable. Achievable. Sustainable energy is often referred to recently to help the earth to prevent natural disasters. My sensor light is charged by solar panel every day. Even when it is cloudy, it is charged to some extent, so the technology is awesome. We are finding sustainable ways to prevent natural disasters and to help the earth. We are trying to find sustainable ways, sustainable methods. Because the amount of fossil fuels is limited. Everything is limited on Earth. So we are trying to find sustainable methods, especially sustainable energy, such as solar power generations, wind power generations, tidal power generations, and so on. Wind power generation, solar power generation. We are trying to find alternative sustainable energies, alternative sustainable methods, sustainable ways, sustainable managing method, sustainable managing method, sustainable. The sensor light uses sustainable energies, solar power generation. The sensor light is charged with solar power generation, which is sustainable energy. The sensor light is charged with solar power generation, which is sustainable energy. Sustainable. 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 Not many people can sustain a thing forever. That's why only a few percent of people are experts at something. Can you sustain a thing or something forever? It is important to find a thing which you can sustain forever. It is very important to find something which you can sustain forever. The tourist spots still sustain the ancient atmosphere. The tourist spots still sustain a vibrant atmosphere. The tourist spots still sustain the ancient atmosphere. The restaurant still sustains the old prices from start. The cafe still sustains old prices. The cafe still sustains the old original prices. The cafe still sustains the old original prices. I suffered a lot of injuries on my leg, so I still have the trace of the injuries on my leg, because I often fell and got injured on my legs, especially legs, and the joints of the legs. Can you sustain the stance forever? Not many people can sustain the same stance or way of thinking or method forever. Not many people can sustain the same formation forever. Sustaining a thing forever is very difficult. Sustaining a method forever is very difficult. Sustaining the same method is very difficult. Sustaining a daily routine forever is very difficult. Sustaining a daily effort, a daily routine for a long time is very difficult. I still sustain the gift I got from you 20 years ago. I still sustain the letters from you I got when we were elementary school students. It was a lovely moment, wasn't it? I still sustain the love letter from you I got when we were an elementary school student, which was such a lovely moment, right? I sustained such a huge injury on my arm, but it was cured perfectly, thanks to the technique of the surgeon. I sustained an injury on my arm, but it was operated well by the surgeon. The tourist spot still sustains the old atmosphere. The tourist spot still sustains the old atmosphere. The tourist spot has been sustaining a vibrant atmosphere since Edo period. The cafe still sustains the same price since its operation, since it's open. The cafe still sustains the original prices since it's open. The cafe sustains the original prices since its start, since its operation, since it's open. I still sustain my daily routine of studying English. I have sustained my daily routine of studying English since long time ago. I've still sustained my way of thinking. I've never changed my mind. I've still sustained my way of thinking. I've sustained my method, my daily routine. Can you sustain a thing forever? It is very important to find something which you can sustain forever. I don't want to sustain wounds anymore. I don't want to sustain injuries anymore. No one wants to sustain injuries. No one wants to sustain wounds, injuries. No one wants to sustain 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 injuries. I sustained a serious injury when I was small, when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I sustained a serious injury. When I was a kid, I sustained a serious injury. When I was a kid, I sustained a serious injury. When I was small, when I was a kid, I sustained a serious injury. 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 When I was a kid, I sustained a serious injury. When I was a kid, I sustained a serious injury. Last night I sustained a skin rashes. Skin rash. Last night I sustained skin rashes. Last night I developed a disease. Last night I sustained skin rashes. Last night I sustained skin rashes. Last night I sustained skin rashes. Last night I sustained a skin rash. No one wants to sustain injuries. No one wants to sustain an injury. 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 Sustaining power is very important. Sustaining power till the achievement is very important. Sustaining power till the achievement of your dreams is very important. The two most important parts are the sustaining power and curiosity. If the two are combined, our dreams are likely to come true. I think that the sustaining power and curiosity are the key elements to the success. By combining them, our dreams are likely to be successful. Our dreams are likely to be met. If either one of them is lacked, our dreams are not likely to be met. So both are important parts, which should not be lacked. Do you have a sustaining power? Do you have sustaining power? Do you have sustaining power? The human resources is looking for candidates with sustaining power. In the conditions of the recruitment, there was a sustaining power as a requirement of application. As one of the requirements of the application, there was sustaining power. As one of the requirements of the application for that position, there was sustaining power. As one of the requirements of the application, there was sustaining power. Sustaining. Sustaining power. Do you have sustaining power? I have more sustaining power than what I used to be. What I was last time in the past. I have more sustaining power than what I used to be, what I was in the past. Kids tend to have little sustaining power because kids are distracted by many things. They can be very difficult to focus on something. Sustaining power. Sustaining power. Sustaining power. Sustaining power. Sustaining power. Sustaining sustaining, sustaining power, sustaining power is the key to success. Sustaining power is the key to success. Sustaining power and curiosity are the most important combination. I think the combination of the curiosity and sustaining power is the key to success. I think that the combination of sustaining power and curiosity is the key to success. Sustaining power, sustaining. I try to think with global view, 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 with global view. I try to think 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 with global view. Global. Are you interested in global business? Are you interested in global business? Are you interested in global business? Do you have the interest in global business? Global business, global business. Global depression happened after Lehman shock. Global depression happened, aroused, come arise. After Lehman shock. Global depression should be avoided. Global depression should be avoided. Global depression, 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 global depression. Global depression deprived the employees of many jobs. Global depression deprived the employees of many jobs. Global depression robbed employees of many jobs. Global depression deprived the employees of many jobs. Global depression robbed the employees of many jobs. Many employees were deprived of their jobs by global depression. Many employees were robbed of their jobs by global depression. Global depression. Global depression. Global depression. I try to think with global view. Global view. Global view. Global view. Global view. Let's try to think it over with global view. Let's discuss it with global view. Global view. Let's discuss it with global view. Global view. Global view. Global view. Let's talk it over with global view. Let's look it over with global view. 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 I try to think with global view. I try to think with global view. global view, 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 global view. Globalism of the business is not an easy task. Globalism of the business is not an easy job. Speaking of globalism, the multinational company is thriving gradually. Speaking of globalism, the multinational company has been expanding in the world. The multinational company has been expanding in the world. Globalism. Globalism. Speaking of globalism, the multinational company has been expanding in the world. Speaking of globalism, the multinational company has been expanding. Globalism is often referred to recently. Globalism is often referred to in a TV program recently. Globalism has both merits and demerits. Some domestic industries must have been obliged to close its business due to globalism. Some domestic industries must have been obliged to close their businesses due to globalism. At the same time, some companies are thriving a lot thanks to globalism. So everything has both merits and demerits side. Globalism. Do you have a globe model? Do you have a globe model? Do you have a globe model? Globe. On a global scale. Globe. Terrestrial globe. Do you have a globe? The technology has been advancing on a global scale. The festival was held on a smaller scale due to the pandemic. The event was held on a smaller scale. Globe. Do you have a globe at your house? I bought a globe to show where I'm going to. I bought a globe so that I can point at the country where I am going to my grandparents. I bought a globe so that I can point to the country where I am going to the grandparents. It's easier to recognize where I'm going to with by pointing at the country from on the globe. I bought a globe so that I can point to the country where I will go, to the grandparents. So it's easier to recognize which country I will go by pointing at on the globe. Globe. How much was the globe? It was like 2000 yen. Globe. Globe. The shape of the globe is very beautiful. Globe. 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 I think curiosity is vital to achieve something great. It is vital you take the medicine after a meal. As your family doctors put it is vital you take the medicine after dinner. As your doctor put it is vital you should refrain from drinking alcoholic beverages for a time being. As your doctor put it is vital that you refrain from drinking alcoholic beverages for a time being for your disease, in order to treat your disease, so as to treat your disease. A vital problem sometimes happen. A vital questions arise every day, every year. A vital questions come about every day. Vital question, a 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 vital question. Recession is a vital question. Economic recession is a vital question, 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 a vital question. Vital question. Vital. A vital question, a vital question. The recession is a vital question, a vital question. The recession is 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 a vital question. There are many vital questions. There are many vital questions. There are many vital questions. There are many vital questions out there to be solved. There are many vital questions to be solved out there. There are many vital questions to be solved out there. There are many vital questions to be solved out there. There are many vital questions to be solved out there. A vital question, a vital question, a vital question, a vital question, a vital question. The vital question will be dealt with in the meeting. The vital question will be dealt with, discussed in the meeting. The vital question will be dealt with in the meeting. The vital question will be discussed at the meeting. A vital question. A vital question. Healthy diet and lifestyle is vital to long life expectancy. Healthy diet and lifestyle is vital to long life expectancy. Studying at least for 3 hours every day is vital in order to enter the university, so as to enter the university. Curiosity and the sustaining power are vital to achieving something awesome. Both curiosity and sustaining power are vital for achieving something awesome, huge, great. Both curiosity and sustaining power are vital to achieving something great. The both curiosity and sustaining power are vital for achieving something great. Having enough sleep the day before the examination is vital. Having enough sleep is vital to the examination. Having enough sleep and make our brains work efficiently is vital for the examination. Having enough sleep and making our brains work efficiently is vital for the examination, And having enough sleep and making our brains work efficiently are vital for the examination, vital to the examination. The accident was vitally abhorrent. The accident was vitally cruel, brutal, brutal. The accident was vitally brutal and cruel, abhorrent, creepy. The accident was vitally cruel, brutal, and creepy, abhorrent. Vitally, 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 vitally. Curiosity and sustaining power are vitally important. Curiosity and sustaining power are vitally important. The combination of curiosity and sustaining power is vitally important, vitally, essentially, indispensably, vitally, 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 vitally. Vitally, 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 vitally. Vitally, 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 vitally. Finding finding something that you can be really into is vitally important. Finding the thing that you can be really into forever is vitally important, vitally, vitally, vitally important, vitally important, vitally important, vitally, vitally important, It is vitally important to find something that you can be obsessed with forever. You can be really into forever. You can immerse yourself into forever. It is vitally important to find something that you can immerse yourself into forever. You can soak yourself into forever. You can be really into forever. Vitally, 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 essentially, indispensably, very, vitally, 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 vitally. It is vitally important to find a thing that you can be really into forever. Vitally. The combination of curiosity and sustaining power is vitally important in order to achieve something great. Vitally, vitally, vitally important, vitally important, vitally, 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 vitally. I know better than to be deceived. We should know better than to be deceived. We should know better than to be deceived. Vitally. I sustained a serious injury vitally. I suffered from vitally heavy injuries when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I sustained vitally severe injuries. When I was a kid, I sustained a vitally severe injury. Vitally. Sleeping during the class is vitally rude. Negligence at work or sleeping during the work is vitally intolerable. Sleeping during the class. The sleeping during the work is vitally intolerable. Vitally. The venture is contributing to vitalize the village. The venture firm is contributing to vitalize the village. The venture firm helped the small village to vitalize itself. The venture business helped the small business vitalize itself. The venture company helped the small village to flourish. The venture business helped the small village to vitalize itself. Thanks to the venture business, the village is vitalizing. The more shops and companies there will be, the more the village will be vitalized. The more shops and companies there will be, the more the small village will be vitalized. The newly created shopping mall is contributing to vitalize the village. The newly opened shopping mall is contributing to vitalize the city. Vitalize. The newly opened shopping mall is vitalizing the city. The newly opened shopping mall is vitalizing the city. The newly opened shopping mall is vitalizing the city. The newly opened shopping mall is vitalizing the city. The newly opened shopping mall has been hugely contributing to vitalizing to the city. The newly opened shopping mall has been contributing to vitalizing the city. Vitalize. In order to vitalize the city, a new project has been created, made, planned, organized. In order to vitalize the city, a new project has been organized. After playing 6 years of practice of the martial arts, I realized that I didn't have the potential, so I quit. After 6 years of practice of the martial arts, I realized that I don't have the potential, so I quit. Everyone has a potential. Everyone has a potential. The commercial is especially aimed at a potential customer. The commercial of the product is especially in particular aimed at potential customers. Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you.